Retired NFL star Michael Oher, whose story was notably highlighted in the 2009 hit movie Blindside, is now suing the family that claimed they adopted Oher in the film. Oher filed a 14-page petition against Sean and Leanne Tua on Monday in my home county of Shelby in Tennessee, claiming that the main storyline of Blindside was a lie and that the couple tricked him into signing a document 3 months after Oher turned 18, making them his conservators, which gave them legal authority to make business deals in his name. The petition further alleges that the Tuas used their power as conservators to strike a deal that paid them and their birth two children millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning film that earned more than $300 million in revenue, while Oher got nothing from the story that would not have existed without him. So I don't remember every minute detail of the Blindside film. I think I watched it maybe 3 times. I remember the first time I watched it, I was in high school in Memphis, a la Shelby County. You get the connection there. My history teacher made me watch it, and I thought the movie was okay. From what I remember of the film, the basic storyline is pretty much there was a white family that was doing well off. They found this young black man that was clearly down on his luck, way behind in a multitude of different areas. They take him in. The black big teen that they brought in bonds with their young white kid. They built this connection. The family builds this connection with Michael Oher. Michael Oher goes on to start to pick up on things. He becomes this incredibly skilled prospect, and he goes on to get recruited by multiple schools. One of them actually was the school I ended up attending college at, the University of Tennessee. At the time, by the way, I hated orange. Just goes to show you how things can change in your life quickly. Didn't know anything good about Tennessee. He ends up, though, Michael goes to Ole Miss. He ends up being great and then goes on to the NFL. Well, pretty much his career was a Baltimore Raven. Now, Michael was pretty good, but he was not as good as a football player as his story was at the Blindside. That's where I believe this story really picks up. The Tuas, even to this day, if you watch any of their interviews, they do speeches, they make money off of this Blindside film and them bringing in young Michael Oher. To this day, they say that Michael is their son that they adopted. Michael is now 37. He's no longer in the NFL. And again, I don't know behind the scenes what's happening right now, how that money is split. I would hope the Tuas did not leave Michael out of the mix like he's claiming they did. Because there's a lot to this story. Number one, the fact that this movie has succeeded Michael's career in the NFL, right? Michael's got to live with that, and he's got to be good with his story being monetized over. And that's part of the Tua's responsibility, even to this day, to make sure he's good, to not feel like his story has 10 times over trumped his value and what he's getting off the film, especially if they're eating. I mean, you hear that reported number of $300 million. That's a lot of bread to make off a film. Obviously a film that had low expectations and went 10 times over what anybody could have assumed. I'm sure Michael, the Tuas, everybody, right? I also want to point out this. There have been many white families that have, out of whatever, the kindness of their heart, feeling bad about this country's history, there have been many white families to try to do good things for black people. Now, again, for what reason? I'm sure every family has their own thing. There have been many families to do good things for people, and Michael, for a long time, I thought was a great American story of a white family doing something good for him. Did I believe every detail about the film? No. Obviously, I know movies are sensationalized, but I did want to put that out there because that's an important piece of the story. Did the Tuas look at Michael and say, this is a big guy. If we could just put him in the right school, in the right situation, he's going to be a lick for us. I don't know. That's possible. Clearly, that's possible with all the money that they ended up making from what I remember from the film, they were already well off. So you can obviously look at it from both ends of the spectrum. Wherever their relationship is at this point in time, I'm sure is an important piece to this puzzle. If the Tools and Michael are not good, then obviously that's that piece of, man, I'm looking at y'all eating. I was the one that was homeless. I was the one that had to play football in high school, college, and the NFL. How y'all eating off my story? It's my story. Y'all a piece of the story, but the story doesn't exist. You heard Michael say that without him. So there are a multitude of different facets that this can go. For me, it makes me sadder more than anything because it's another American story that has been ruined. And for the Tools, it's important that they get this thing not only fixed with Michael behind the scenes, but they need this thing fixed publicly. Again, they make good revenue off of this Blindside story. You cannot go around this country talking about how you did this for Michael, how you did that for Michael, and y'all not good. And that lawsuit is out in the atmosphere. That petition is out in the atmosphere. So they're going to want to fix this immediately. And clearly, Michael is calling them to do just that. Let me know your thoughts on Michael Oher suing the family that claims they adopted him, and Sean and Leanne Tua claiming that the central intricate piece of the storyline, that main element of them adopting Michael in good faith, is a lie. Michael says it was all a conservatorship and it was the Tools pretty much eating off of his name and, more importantly, eating off of his story with him not having much to show for it. I'm out. What's up, everybody? It's yours truly. I'm the one and only. I'm your boy, FERRO. If you are enjoying the great quality content, make sure you put yourself in position to get more of your boy. For music news, updates, and commentary, make sure you're following and subscribe to me on Facebook and YouTube at itsmrtaliaferro. For basketball news, highlights, and commentary, make sure you're following and subscribe to me on Facebook and YouTube at FERRO. It's free 99 to you. It truly means the world to me. Let's run these numbers up. I appreciate the time, love, and support.